Welcome to Simply Better Eats, where we show you how to make simple food swaps that actually work. Today, we're tackling 3 big wellness questions. What to eat for steady energy, how to build a PCOS-friendly shake, and what snacks help to support better sleep. Each recipe is simple, plant-based, and rooted in science. And as a bonus, there are always ways you can substitute based off of whatever your specific dietary requirements are. First up is a meal using our vegan egg recipe that's perfect for breakfast in particular because it helps you to have steady energy all day long. This is a particularly good combination because protein and fiber matter, particularly for those with specific chronic conditions like PCOS, where you're trying to manage your cortisol levels and manage insulin resistance. Many of you are looking for breakfasts that provide adrenal support or help support people who have high cortisol. This is a flexible foundation plate that works. Here's how to turn a vegan egg into a complete hormone-friendly meal. The key to this meal is a combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. This combination is essential, particularly if you're managing things like PCOS, insulin resistance, and other chronic illnesses. It helps to support you by not only giving you sustained energy, but it also helps to support steady blood sugar. The healthy fats help to support hormonal function and help you to feel satisfied longer. Lastly, when you introduce whole food carb options, for instance, like a baked potato, they help to give you fiber plus sustained energy without the spikes. Try building your full plate like this next time. The full recipe is on eatgwell.com. Next up is a PCOS-friendly shake. Now, I know you've probably seen different things that say, oh, you can't have a shake as a meal, or they have way too much sugar. And here's the truth. Sometimes you're busy and that's all you have time for. So you need something that works for you and not against you. And that's where this PCOS-friendly shake fits right in. Now, this shake in particular, you can mix and match and do different things the way that you want. The version we'll be sharing today is totally inspired by my background, so it will have a tropical and delicious flair to it. In this recipe, we will be using low glycemic fruit, which is great to manage the amount of sugar that some people might not be able to handle when it comes to these breakfast or meal replacement shakes. The goal with this shake is that it helps to support you having more steady energy versus a big spike and then a crash later. If you remember nothing from this, remember the easiest formula for a great shake that helps you sustain steady energy, and that is PCOS friendly, but also just friendly for people who are looking for supportive options, would be protein plus fiber plus low glycemic fruit. And protein, fiber, low glycemic. If you remember those things, you can build any type of shake that you love. Stop guessing. Here's the simple formula for a shake that actually supports PCOS. Add plant protein, add a healthy fat, add low glycemic fruit, blend with unsweetened plant milk. A simple formula that wins every single time. The protein supports blood sugar and hormones. Healthy fats regulate cortisol and energy. Low glycemic fruits add antioxidants without the spikes. Save this formula so your shakes actually work for you. And I'll put a little asterisk here because I don't necessarily have shakes all the time, but realistically, sometimes it's easier for people. And I think it's important to have options that work for your life and not against it. So another question we get often is, what types of snacks can I have that support sleep? Now, we're actually going to take this a step back because it's not necessarily specifically snacks, but are there specific foods, ingredients, nutrients that help to support sleep? The answer is yes, there are some foods or nutrients that can help to support improved sleep. One thing to remember is that a lot of these aren't going to give you like an instant result, and you really need to be consuming these consistently over time to see a benefit. That said, Today is the day we will be sharing a recipe from one of our past products, our Black Forest cherry bites. We've adapted the recipe to make it easier for you to make at home, and we'll be sharing a version of it today. In this recipe, you'll get cherries, which naturally contain melatonin. I think you may have heard that tart cherries are a good source of melatonin, and a lot of people drink it as a way to help support better sleep. We'll also include walnuts. Walnuts supply omega-3s and magnesium to help to support improved sleep. And it would be ridiculous to not mention that there's also chocolate. Many people don't realize this, but sometimes when you're craving for chocolate, your body is actually in need of magnesium.
Start off by mixing all of the dry ingredients together. So you'll do your protein source. You might have to sift your cocoa or cacao powder just to make sure there are no lumps. You'll also want to make sure you add the crunchies in too. So your chopped walnuts will go in. You'll add just a dash of salt. You'll add your cherries. When you put your chopped cherries in, make sure you mix it well so that they get nice and coated with the other powders. Now I'm mixing the chia seed. You should really do this beforehand, and you want to put your wets in here. So I would put your tart cherry juice, your vanilla, and your chia seeds and let those soak overnight. And then let them get to room temperature before mixing in your sun butter or whatever nut butter you decide to use. After that, I recommend, if you want them to be, crunchy, you can certainly leave them that way. But if you want the chocolate evenly distributed, I recommend melting the chocolate and mixing it in with the other wet ingredients. Once you have that well combined, add it to your dry ingredients. And now what you'll notice is that as you start mixing it in, it'll almost feel like you don't have enough wet ingredients, but that's actually not the case. You just need to keep mixing. You'll see that at first I mixed this by hand and used this spatula to kind of press the wet ingredients into the dry, and then I actually put a glove on and kneaded it by hand because it was much easier. I wanted to show you guys this way, but in real life, I'd honestly use my mixer if I wanted it to get done faster. Either way, you'll get to a similar outcome, which is a nice smooth dough that you can press. If I had kneaded it a little bit longer, it would have also been a bit smoother, but alas, I mostly just wanted to show you that it's possible to do without a ton of different types of equipment. Once you've gotten this well combined and you're no longer seeing any of the dough separated, you can then press it into the shape of your choosing. I just decided to do something easy here. You can do whatever you want. I did not choose to put it into balls just for the sake of time and convenience. It honestly doesn't matter. It's all your preference. And lastly, I sprinkled some coconut on top because this is how I really enjoyed our Black Forest cherry bites before, and I think it's a nice little addition. I did pop this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes just so that everything can kind of set. You can eat it immediately. You could even bake it if you wanted it to have a little bit more of a firmer brownie texture. It's totally up to you. Baking it will also help to extend the shelf life of it.
Get the full Black Forest Bites recipe on Gwell.com. If you're looking for additional tips on how to improve your overall sleep quality, or just to get more rest and feel more restful, then I definitely encourage you to check out our series, The Grounding Hour, specifically session 2, where we do a deep dive into rest. As you can see, all of these recipes were super simple and super quick. Everything in life doesn't have to be, but I'm glad that these are easy ways to answer all of the concerns that you all voiced, whether it's looking for improved sleep, having recipes that are PCOS-friendly, or finding ways to have more sustained energy throughout the day. If there's nothing else we got from this, small shifts can create big changes. Which of these 3 recipes will you try first? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget, your wellness doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be consistent. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to share, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next episode of Simply Better Eats.